Hey y'all, this is Anna Alexander. Welcome back to my basement where it is Friday, which means we have a new episode. That's right, episode 3 of season 7 of Outlander. And I have no idea when you will be watching this, but it's potential that you will see it and go, hey, what happened to the reaction to episode 2? If you saw on my community post last weekend, I cannot get, as of right now, a copy of episode 2 anywhere to edit. I've tried a bunch of platforms. Star itself, apparently Hulu has a glitch, but every episode I try to download looked like this, which is not helpful in any capacity. Ragey. Fortunately, I don't need an episode to post the full watch along, so that is available on Patreon, and I have my Outlander reactions on all platforms. So please, if you'd like to, $3 will get you the full reaction of episode 2. Hopefully, that is the only issues we have going forward. I hope so. But what made me so angry was that last episode was the best of the last, I don't know how many seasons, but a lot of seasons. It was action-packed. Everything happened. We had Malva, Alan. We knew Alan. I knew Alan, but that done. We had Bree gave birth. Baby is sick. Oh no, only thing that will save her is an operation that happens in the future. So they travel to Boston and get there. Done. We met William again, fighting for the Redcoats. Done. Jamie breaks up with John. Done. And then we ended with Wendigo, his impatient little ass, threatening the Frasers and blowing up the house. What the hell? And that was just the highlights. That was just the big things that happened. So much happened in that last episode. It made me so excited to get back into Outlander. I'm excited to get back into Outlander. So I say, let's just get to it. So I've got beverages. I got everything. I have all of you, and thank you so much for being with me on this adventure. So are you ready to get to it? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's do it. I don't know what to say anymore. Oh, or sometime in the future. Oh, I miss this. I miss this so much. I cannot tell what year that van is from. Oh, that's the Reverend's house, isn't it? Is this one of those boxes where we have been holding on for this for 200 years? Jam. Oh. That phone, that is a green. Oh, yes. What was her? Fiona.
We've been keeping it safe, but we've been dying to know what's inside. The bank said it's been in their vault for 200 years.
Of course it has been.
I'm glad Mandy's doing so well, and so glad you've come back.
Oh, yeah. How long have they been there? Gosh, if it was 2 urns, that would be so terrible. And it's addressed to Jeremiah and not to Roger and Brianna. Interesting. Look at him.
Musket ball?
That is a gemstone. 1776.
My dear daughter. We are alive.
For now.
March, Medina, get out! Clear!
Did he just give up? Oh, nope, he just passed out. Oh, mother truckers, the house! The house!
And we will always have a home, as long as we have each other.
Because our house is now gone.
What's happened? Run for help! We need water!
Oh, you need a hose. And you all do not have a hose. So would a house in this time period go up faster or slower because the wood's not chemically treated? So would that help or hinder? I think. Oh, Jamie, you see it going. Ugh. It's all going. It's all going. Oh, all of her medical instruments.
Let's stop trying, Ray.
Aye. We're not dead. So much for our bitchery.
Well, at least they got the cabin available to them. But oh.
You and your bloody matches. You burned the house down.
No, it was
Brianna.
Mama's ether. Come on, any kind of spark could have caused that explosion.
But it wasn't any kind of spark. You and your mother. The 18th century's lucky to have survived you.
Me?
Fire from the obituary didn't happen. It couldn't happen. There was nothing left to burn.
We saved them.
Well, there could be more than one. We never found out officially who was burning down all the houses on the ridge earlier, did we? Although we think it was Koozie What's It Brown. That's lucky. Oh, what about all the stuff in the basement? The super secret lair. He's in the super secret lair. Tartan. Oh, thank God. The tartan. Oh no, his picture of William. There's so many things. It's all things. It's just all things. But you're like, oh yeah, that. Oh, and that. So when Wendigo was weaving, why didn't anyone run over to him and blow it out? Would that have worked?
I found this. Thought you might like it back. This is Willie.
Oh.
Yeah, but I did see him again. In Wilmington. Soldier. Goes by William now.
You must be proud.
Ian's no longer a boy either, Jamie. He can catch on.
I saw you looking at him the same way you were looking at that portrait. From what I remember, he was a stubborn lad. Reminded me of my mother. And you.
He could never know he's my son.
Dinner fast.
In a fashion.
The fisher folk have sent blankets for you.
Did they? Did they? Did they?
Me and Kezzy could carry what you've salvaged up to Roger and Brianna's old cabin.
That would be nice.
What
There's
is
something
it?
else.
There's a butt lingering.
Atsu?
They looked everywhere for you, Richie.
Oh no! Oh no.
I'm sure he'll turn up somewhere.
We hope. Oh, Mr. Bug. That's right. You had some valuables, didn't you?
There's the mark of the fleur-de-lis.
Ooh. Oh. Ooh, what?
It was meant for Charles Stuart.
Aye, 'twas.
When? Jocasta had some fleur-de-lis gold, didn't she?
Jocasta Cameron and that bastard of a husband of hers, Hector, they're the thieves you speak of her. There were three of us when the gold came ashore from France. Dougal Mackenzie took 1/3 and Hector Cameron another. I was the third man, tacksman to Malcolm Grant, who sent me.
Grant. 20 plus years ago.
It's the lost Jacobite gold.
Each time I went to River Run, I searched every cupboard, every closet, then it came to me. Hector Cameron was no man to part with anything, only for reason of being dead.
He grave robbed.
It was in his crypt. So whenever I went to River Run, piece by piece, I took back what the coward stole from Scotland. I only wish to take it back from the Camerons. I am a man of my word.
What about the ones from the Grant?
Where's the rest of it?
Somewhere you'll never find it.
In your crypt?
You are free of your oath to me.
What was he gonna do with the gold besides just sit on it? And Jacosta's husband just had it in his crypt forever just to sit there?
He's sending us away.
What?
Well, you kind of forced his hand there, Pumpkin.
We've seen things, and yet we look the other way. We've earned this.
This is logic that only makes sense to them.
You had the gold there.
Said it's somewhere we never find it right under our noses.
He came back. He came back. Or is that Mrs. Bug? Yeah, it's Mr. Bug. Okay.
Come out of there. I would speak with you.
Oh, dude. It was Mrs. Bug. It was Mrs. Bug.
I did again. I did again, it was you.
As if that made a difference? Well, when you make poor consequences. Where'd they put her? Next to Alan?
She was always kind to me.
But if you had approached her, not Jamie, she would have shot at you too. Okay, for how long?
Why would he hide the gold under our home?
Why did I not let her take it? Why did it matter?
Principle of the thing. The loyalty. The trust.
The last person to lie in the graveyard becomes its guardian. Stand on guard till the next person dies and comes to take their place. Only then can they rest.
That sounds exhausting in the afterlife.
I wonder who the guardian was before. Mrs. Buck is in charge now. Malva can go home to heaven.
Sure.
Mr. Bug?
Nice thought, Lizzie. Did he come?
I trust you wouldn't turn an old man away from his wife's funeral.
What's behind his back?
I'd have her taken to her rest with the proper observances. When you sing, Mistress Fraser.
Yes, Arch.
Gonna try to shoot Claire. Something's up. I cannot relax. Is he gonna climb inside with her? Oh, her pin.
And death shall be no more. Death, thou shalt die.
Got gross.
It was by my hand that this woman of great worth has died. I swear, by my iron, a life for a life.
What if he took you up on that, Ian?
And you gave me your hound to kill.
It was my crime, not his.
Oh, this is Game of Thrones stuff. Which I know this is probably before Game of Thrones, but still.
He's not, but a flea-ridden beast. Not a wife. When you've something worth taking, you'll see me again. That I promise ye.
Will you? Ooh, that was ominous.
In the days that followed, we tried to lay our sorrows to rest.
Good luck with that.
Archbug did not return,
Yet.
and so we looked towards the future.
For now. Oh, beautiful. Even if it probably is all CGI, but it's gorgeous.
See that clearing there? That will be where the new house will stand.
Who's gonna help them build their house this time?
Should the question ever arise, would you like to be buried here? Taken back to Scotland?
I should be lucky to be buried at all, Sassenach. And much more likely I'll be drowned, burnt, or left to rot on some battlefield. In a fashion.
When do you think we should start building?
Now that's something I've been meaning to speak with you about. Keep thinking. About Lallybroch. Something I must do.
Now?
I made a promise to my sister. I swore I'd bring young Ian back to her. Although the man I bring back to her is not the lad who left. If he is to go back, it must be now.
Mr. Bug can't follow him to Scotland, can he?
We'll leave in a few months' time.
Few months! So their house is gonna be built in a couple of years.
There is another reason to go. I made a promise to myself. I would never face my son plus the barrel of a gun.
So you planning on being gone the whole war?
God help me with thy mercy. Please. Let me be enough.
Please, Pumpkin. Please. Please.
Amen.
He does have nicely manicured fingers for a gentleman in 1776. I'm distracted.
I had another dream of your time.
Was I in it?
No. I saw them walk up to the front door of our house. A wee brown-haired woman opened it. Roger and Mac called her Fiona. There was a thing on the table. Didn't ken what it was. It had a thing on top, like a wee club. It was tied to the box with a cord curled up on itself like a piglet's tail. Jem reached out to pick it up and said, I want to speak to Granda.
So my thought, right, we saw the Mackenzies in Scotland. They popped up in Boston for Mandy to have surgery. So they flew to Scotland.
This is the last of the gold I'm going to melt. I'll hide the rest.
Why did they fly to Scotland and not stay in Boston?
In the fash, Uncle. I promise not to use solid gold when we're hunting.
They're bashing a lot.
I think you'll find your parents, much as you left them. You may come as a greater shock to them.
Not that much taller, am I?
How did you find this place?
Jem and I came upon it when we were hunting one day.
I don't think Jem was doing the hunting. Who made this tunnel?
So why do you call it the Spaniard's Cave?
On account of the current occupants.
Nuestra Senora de Los Angeles.
Mister of the Angels?
Perfect place for hiding treasure.
I don't think that's hidden well enough at all. Push it back with whatever's living in that hidey hole.
We said the proper prayer for the repose of his soul when I sealed the cave.
Really do know the proper prayer for every occasion, don't you?
There's always a prayer, Ian. Even if it's only a year. Gutech me. Oh, God help me.
Dear Bree, we've decided to leave the ridge.
Oh, they're all going together.
I wish to tell you of the disposition of some property that was once held in trust by the Camerons for an Italian gentleman.
Therefore, I have left it in a place of safety. Jem knows the place.
Back in the States. It's back in the States.
If you should at some time have need of this property, tell him the Spaniard guards it. Well, Jem likely doesn't know anything about the gold, just about this Spaniard.
He's never mentioned anything like this to you?
Mm-mm.
Go ask him.
We won't ask him, will we?
No.
Go ask him.
The letter says if you should have need. There's no need.
Except for that of curiosity.
It's like, once we've read them, Mama and Darby really gone.
We'll ration them out when we get back to Boston.
So why did they come to Scotland then? Oh, Lollybrook! Is it still condemned? The last time Claire saw it? Looks pretty condemned. There's a dumpster. Huh. Looks like some work's being done by someone.
Roger, what are you doing?
Breaking in!
I wish I could have seen it in its heyday.
You would have loved it.
This morning, he grabbed hold of my skirts and pulled himself to standing.
Oh, she's pregnant again? What? What?
You best get going, Sassenach. Young Ian's waiting with the horses.
They're gonna make it to Scotland. I don't even know if they're gonna make it to the shore. Didn't expect them to walk through there.
You were hoping you'd see them.
Can't help missing them.
And why would that box for Jeremiah be in a bank in Scotland, of all places?
Apologies, we'll be on our way.
Are you interested?
Excuse me?
They're gonna have need for the gold. Cameron and Company. What? What? I am missing. Who is FR?
Stop! Wait!
What is it, Sassenach?
It's the cat!
There you are.
Are they gonna take the cat with them to Scotland?
Go now. Go home.
Are you staying behind Claire?
It's just a cat.
I know.
Apparently this is the magical spot of the forest. Oh, jeez.
This.
Fraser's Ridge, that's right. Thank you. Thank you, Jamie.
We will make it back here one day. Will we?
Aye. We will.
You will always be enough.
Mm-hmm. Thoughts. Surprise, I have thoughts. So my thoughts. I'm going to try to organize them, but that might be very stream of conscious. So the way this ended, was this how season 6 was supposed to end, with them potentially heading off to Scotland, wrapping up what had happened with the Christies and whatnot? Because that's what this feels like. This feels as a end of season kind of a vibe to it. But this episode, not nearly as good as the last one. For me, it had a weird pacing to it. Because the whole thing with the bugs was kind of slow and didn't make a whole lot of sense in theory. And then we were off to something else and off to something else. And kind of feels like the thought patterns, like especially at the end with Claire, what she was displaying outside was one thing, but the dialogue she was saying had to do with other things in the past, and it didn't quite mesh. Her home is destroyed, crushing. They're gonna rebuild. Cool, but not yet. We're gonna take a year or two. Go back to Scotland. Okay, so I'm leaving behind the few people I care about. Okay, off into the forest. Here's this cat. Oh, we're going to come home, right? We're going to come back to our home. We're going to come back to our home. Jamie, yes, we will come back. We will come back. Oh, by the way, you're enough, husband of mine. Like, it was... I get it, but it didn't make sense of how it was laid out. And one thing that's been bothering me last season, and this brought it up as well, which is, good God, people, the Frasers do nothing but be as kind to people as possible, be true, honest, and fair as possible. And why does everybody turn on them? The rich turned on them, the bugs turned on them multiple times, yet act as if they're the victims? I don't like that. What is up with that? What did they do to you? They gave you a place to live. They gave you support. They helped take care of you. They tried to save your property for you, the locusts and the whatnot. And you all turn on them any chance you get. So I don't know if this was explained a little bit better in the books about the Jacobite gold. Cameron took some. Dougal took some. This Grant guy took some. Mr. Bug worked for Grant. Where did Grant's money go? Why did he say Cameron stole it? It sounded as if they all stole it. Why would he take a share from Jocasta? Yeah. And the only reason it matters, I can see now, is because Jamie has hidden it in a cave, hoping nobody finds it for 200 years, for his grandson, who was 4 at the time, to remember, oh yeah, there's a cave somewhere in Virginia that's got this skeleton of a Spaniard. Maybe it's there. And please explain to me. Sick baby, take it to Boston. Boston surgery. Let's go fly now to Scotland to do what? And how would they know to send the box to Scotland? How would they know to send the box to Scotland? I'm missing something. I am missing something. Please help fill it in. Because that part makes no sense. Okay, there we go. Episode 3. Okay. Food for thought. I don't know if they're going to make it to Scotland. I don't think they're going to make it to shore, to a boat. Nothing. I would be shocked. I would be shocked. I don't know. But I want you there with me so we can find out together. Please take care of yourselves. Stretch your bodies. Stay hydrated. And then come back and see the next video in the queue. So thanks again, y'all. And until next time.